I should remember that I should remember to record this. Okay, so that was the first example. Here's where it gets a little tougher. When you have a rectangular prism, okay, so when your cuboid is a rectangular prism, let's keep this in red now. No dark side of the force. Anyway, so you have here a rectangular prism. Let's make this rectangular prism transparent. And now I got to give you different values for the sides. Let's make the length, I don't know what, 6 millimeters, tiny. Let's make the width, that looks about like a 4. This is a tougher one, 4 millimeters. And the depth, we're gonna make that an easy 2 millimeters, sorry, not centimeters, that's huge compared to millimeters. Can you, here we go, can you solve for the surface area? Okay. What is the surface area? I'm using SA for surface area. I want you to solve it, and I'm going to be talking in the background as I solve it too, because I haven't solved this ahead of time yet. Go. Okay, so the front and back area is 6 times 4. So the front is 6 times 4, the front face, and that's 24. And if I multiply that by 2, I get 48 millimeters, square millimeters. That's for the combined areas of the front and the back. The side, the side is 2 and 4, which is 8 square millimeters. If I multiply that by 2, it's going to give me 16 square millimeters. Why 2? Why did I multiply by 2 here when I was figuring out the sides? If anybody wants to. No, Eknam, are you a moderator? So if you're not a moderator, you got to turn off your mic because otherwise it's not fair for others. Eknam, did you turn off your mic? Just making sure. Okay, great. All right. Anybody, so moderators in the comments, anybody answer why there's a times 2? Okay, I'll say it. There's a times 2 because there's a right side and a left side. That's why I did times 2 when we're figuring out the sides. So you figure out the area for one face, but then you got to multiply that by 2. Okay, and now the top and the bottom. Let's do top and bottom. So you guys, I'm giving you like the perfect way of solving this problem. Like break it up into like little bits, okay? So we got the sides here. Okay, Sloan, go for it. No, on your quiz, you're only going to have cuboids, which include a cube and a rectangular prism. Yeah, you don't have to worry. I like the BrainPop gives you a little bit. Keep on recording. Yeah. Okay, you guys. So anyway, the top and the bottom. So the top, now let's do the top here. The top is going to be 6 times 2, which is 12. So it's going to be 12 millimeters, square millimeters. Then you multiply it by 2. And that's going to give you, hold on, 24 square millimeters. Ryan, what's your comment? Well, say that one more time, Ryan. I couldn't get it too well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. Yeah, that's pretty neat. When they were making it like a net, when they were showing the net. Yeah, yeah, cool comment. So you guys, you have the face here, the total area of the front and the back. You have here the total area of the two sides, and here you have the total area of the top and the bottom. Just add those numbers together. It's going to be 48 plus 16, 8 and 6. It's going to be 14. And then carry the 1, 5, 6. And then to 64, I'm going to add 24. I'm just adding them all together. 8 and 8. So I have 88 square millimeters for the surface area. Did anybody get that by any chance? Okay, good, awesome. Okay, so give me a Y in the comments if you want just one more problem like this, or if you want me to give you a hard problem, like one that's not even going to be on the quiz, like a really hard problem. Um, so yeah, okay, so okay, so the yeses are that because I said give me a Y if you want another one like this. So is that what the yeses are for? Give me more yeses. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's do a hard problem. Okay, so a hard problem means, you mean this guy here? Okay, so that's a rectangle, and I'll just go over it so that I don't have to necessarily redo it. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, Nico, so you have here a rectangle, and do you want me to redo it, or can you understand it just like this? Okay, cool. So the length, which is this part, I'm making it now blue, is 6 millimeters. The width, I'm making it here, is still green. That's 2 millimeters. The oh, sorry, that's the depth that I made in green. And then the width, I guess I'll make it in blue again, but it's this part here, it's 4 millimeters. Basically, what we're doing is we're solving for the front, we're solving for the surface area by getting the front and the back faces first. Okay? You know what I mean by the front and the back faces? Okay, cool. So I'll fast forward a little bit. The front face is going to be 6 millimeters times 4 millimeters, which is going to give me 24. But there's also a back face that's identical. So it's going to be 24 times 2, which is 48. Okay? You still good? Okay. And then the side face, which is this one here, is 2 times 4, which is 8. And then there's also a side face over here on this side, so it's going to be times 2, and that's going to give us 16 millimeters squared. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to solve for the top face, which is 6 times 2, which is 12, right? That's the area. But there's also a bottom face. yeah, bottom face, which is times 2, and that's going to give us 24. So I know there's a ton of writing on here so far, but all you're really looking at, let me see, let me get green, is you're going to add 48 plus 16 plus 24. That, my friend, when you add them together, is going to give us this here. Okay, that's 88 square millimeters, and that's the surface area of the entire rectangular prism. If you feel like you need another problem, I can give you just one just like this, and you can try and solve it. Totally up to you. Okay. Okay, well, let's try it. Let's try it. If you want to stay with me a little bit more afterwards, I can review a little bit more with you all. Let's try a hard problem, and I'll do a cube or something like that if you wanna review after this session. So let's do a hard problem. The hard problem. What's that? For the hard problem. Okay. Okay. So what if you had a triangular prism? This is my hard problem. Now remember, this is not going to be on your quiz. Okay. Oh, that was not a good triangular prism. I'm a perfectionist. I will need to try this one more time. Come on, Mr. C, you can pull this one off. I've seen you do it. Okay, I think now it's going to happen. What's that? Who is stopping? Me? Okay. Hey guys, if you put stuff in the comments, I'm just going to have to kick you out. So please don't do that. All right. Okay, so here you have a rectangular prism. I hope that's clear enough for you to see. I know it's not maybe super obvious, but in this rectangular prism, I want you to find the surface area. Now, here's how I'm going to set it up for you. This is a rectangle. Sorry, this is a triangle, sorry. And the green line that's here, that's going to be 3 centimeters. And the base here, that's 2 centimeters. And this here, this edge, that's 6 centimeters. And let me give you the other side of this triangle. Let's make it in white. I'll just say that that is also 3. Now let's make it 4 centimeters. Okay, I'm curious. Try and solve it. Get the surface area. Go. Okay, don't mind me. I'm just going to solve it down here if I can. And of course I can, obviously. Let's see here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the face that is that face right there. And that's it's basically a rectangle. And that's going to be 6 times 4, which is 24 centimeters squared. Okay, so it's going to be 24 square centimeters. And there's one here, 2, and 1 in the bottom, 3. So it's going to be times 3. That's going to be 24 times 3, which is going to be 12 carry the 1, 6, 7, 72 square centimeters. And then I'm going to do one of the triangles, which they're both the same. And I have to get the area of one of the triangles, which is 1/2 base times height. So it's going to be 1/2 times the base, which is 2 centimeters, times the height, which is 3 centimeters. I combine 2 times 3, which is 6 centimeters squared. And then I get half of that, which equals 3 square centimeters. That's like for one of the triangles, but there's 2 triangles. So I'm going to do that times 2. So 3 times 2 is going to be 6. So it's going to be, like I said, 3 square centimeters times 2, which is 6 square centimeters. And and that's it. If I calculate this correctly, now I have to add these two to get the whole surface area. And that's going to be 72 plus 6, which is going to be 78 square centimeters. Okay, I may have gone too fast. How do we feel about it? Did anybody get that answer? Did you need more time? Did you understand? A lot of questions being asked. Moderators, what's being said? If you can let me know. This takes a little bit of getting used to. The hardest part with this one, you guys, was that I'll tell you what the easiest part is first. The easiest part is knowing that this is a rectangle. Okay? And there's 3 of those. One in the front, one in the back, and one in the bottom. And then the tough part was what you may have forgotten was the formula for a triangle. Okay, which is 1/2 times base times the height. Okay, and the height is 3 centimeters and the base is 2 centimeters, and that's 6 centimeters squared. When you get half of that, which is what the formula for a triangle wants, it's going to be 3 centimeters squared. And then you get that times 2 because there's not 1 but 2 triangles. That's what we did. Okay, and we got these 2 numbers and we added them together to get the surface area. Okay. Thanks, you all. Okay, so option moving forward, do we have any questions? Okay, so if you don't have any questions and you're okay with solving for a cube, for the triangle, it was 3 centimeters. The height is 4. Yeah, 4 centimeters. You could call it height, Eknam. You could also call it the width. It's the same. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Bye. See you later. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Nico? And also solving for a rectangular prism, those 2 types of cuboids, that's what you're going to be tested on. Okay, solving the hard problem we just did, that was just an extra. So you don't have to worry about that. If you want to reinforce or you want more practice with solving for a cube or a rectangular prism, you all can stay a little bit of extra time, and I can give you 1 or 2 more examples on that. Okay. So that's me saying that I'm dismissing you guys. I hope that this was a little bit helpful. And if you did well and if you're getting it, then I'm happy for you. Okay, you guys. See you later. You're welcome. You're welcome. Talk to you later. Okay. Yeah. By the way, is there anybody else on this call? Any other students? Okay. Doesn't look like it. Okay, Nico, I'm gonna give you a big long one. I'm gonna give you a weird one. Just make it cool, kind of, for a rectangular prism. And let me give you some values. Do you like it when I make them like this, like not transparent, or do you like it when it's transparent? Okay, so you don't care. This is okay, like just looking at it like this. Yeah. Okay. So let's say that the length is equal to, let's make it something like 7, I don't know. Yeah, 7 millimeters. I'm gonna color coordinate a little bit. Let's make the depth. I'm gonna make the depth over here this time for fun, and I'll make that 3 millimeters. And let's make the width, as we like to call it. Let's make that I don't know, 2 millimeters. Yeah, that works. Can you solve for the surface area? And I'll give you a tip, Nico. I'm gonna let you try this, but I'll give you a tip. Do the front and the back, or better said, do the front face first and multiply it by 2 because there's a back one. And do that for the other ones too. You know what I mean? Like do this the right side and multiply it times 2 because there's a left side, etc. Okay, go for it. I'm also working it out myself as well, so that's why I'm kind of working silently. Okay, I'm getting close to having something here that's good. Let me know when you want to share. You also got 82? Nice. Okay. Good. That makes me feel good because I didn't double check my answer, so that makes me feel like I got it right. Nico, if you got the same answer as your teacher, I think you're doing a good job. Yeah. So this is about as tough as I'm gonna make it, dude. So it looks like you're on the right track, in my opinion. All right. Thanks for checking in with me. I appreciate it. Bye. See you later.